Hello and welcome to Home with Sarah Jane. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the 30-day cleaning challenge that I am setting for myself for the month of January to help me get my home back in order after the holidays. If you are new here, hello and welcome. My name is Sarah and I'm a homeschooling mom to two girls, ages 11 and 14. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for stopping by once again. I do really appreciate you. So, cleaning. This cleaning challenge is long overdue, but I do some kind of cleaning or organization every January, some kind of challenge that helps me tackle the things that I need to do in my home that I haven't done in a long time. So that's kind of what I'm going to be talking about today, about this 30-day challenge that I'm setting for myself. And let me just say, my house is in complete disarray. Everything needs to be gone through. There is not one area of my home that I am happy with when it comes to organization. There's just clutter everywhere from after the holiday season. We are bringing in new items that were given to us as gifts. So I feel like January is that perfect month to just kind of do a reset on my home. Another reason why I love to do some kind of cleaning or organization challenge in January is because every February, my family and I go into a no spend February. So for the entire month of February, we do not spend any money other than maybe a little bit of money that I budget aside for fresh produce if we're not getting much from our garden during February. But January's cleaning challenge really helps me reorganize everything. It lets me see everything that I have on hand, and it really gives me an idea of what I'm working with for February. Also, I did one of these last year, and I did post a video on it. If you're interested, I'll link it down below. But last year's 30-day cleaning challenge was so amazing for me. It really got my house back in order. And I really chose these challenges that would work best with me, I guess you can say. I do have a couple of health issues, so there are some days I feel like I can do things and some days I can't. And that is just something that I know about myself now. And it used to make me feel really defeated by not being able to, clean my whole house in just a couple of days and get everything in order. And I just know that that's not how it works for me. So I like to set a 30-day cleaning challenge so that I am tackling bite-sized pieces of my home at a time instead of trying to do everything at once and then feeling disappointed when I don't get it done. So let's kind of talk about the tasks that I am setting for myself. So these are not going to be in any specific order. I will just look at my list and choose something off of the list from how I'm feeling that day or how much time I have that day. So these aren't in any specific order. But the things that I really want to tackle in the month of January, which I will be tackling one of the tasks with you today, I'm going to be going through my clothes, and I am a checklist person. I love to see the check mark of something being completed. So I did print me out a little list of the things that I want to tackle. But let's get into the actual tasks. So the first task, which again is not going to be in any specific order, but the first thing that I have on my list is removing all of the holiday decorations and putting them in storage. I am famous for getting all of our holiday decorations in the bins and boxes and containers, but then leaving them in the dining room. So this is something that I had to specifically tell myself and put it in storage so that I could check it off the list once it's done, not just when I pack things away. So that is the first one. And I am almost actually done with that one. It's just the bins are still sitting in my dining room. So I will almost be able to check that box off soon. Okay, the next one is the water cooler and the dishwasher. So, and let me just say too that I will obviously still be picking up my home, regularly. I'm not only going to be doing these challenges in a day. It's going to be my regular cleaning plus this one item each day. So, another one is the water cooler and dishwasher. And this is just wiping everything down inside and out, maybe running some kind of cleaner through the dishwasher, really cleaning out the water cooler and the jugs around it and everything. The back of it sometimes gets dog hair, So that is another task that I'll be completing. Another is the microwave and the stove. Now, this one I set, this is going to be an easier one for me this year because my stove if you've, you know, been on my channel before, it actually broke 2 days before Thanksgiving. So the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, my oven broke, and it worked out. We still were able to have Thanksgiving, but they ended up a couple of weeks later, like switching out to a new stove. They just got us a brand new one. So my oven, my stove, it is like super clean right now. And I'm really excited about that because I was not looking forward to cleaning out my oven. It was just a mess, but the microwave and stove is on my list still, just to make sure that I keep it clean. Another one is the upper kitchen cabinets. Now, I did break up the kitchen cabinets into smaller chunks because it can be overwhelming. And I'm the type of person that I love all the kitchen gadgets and doodads, but I have a small kitchen. So trying to keep a small kitchen organized when I have all the things is really challenging. So I really need to go through and see what I use and what I don't. It's kind of embarrassing. Sometimes I even find like broken things inside my kitchen cabinets. So this is definitely something that I need to tackle. Another task that I will be completing is the lower kitchen cabinet. Same thing, inside out, pulling everything, you know, making sure everything's nice and tidy. The refrigerator. Okay, I usually clean my refrigerator out once a month at least. Every time I go to Costco, I usually clean out my refrigerator. Well, guess what, guys? I did not make it to Costco in December. I just did not have time to go. So my refrigerator is like gross. It's disgusting. There's so many things in there that I need to go through. I'm sure I'm going to find a lot of mystery items in there. And I know that's gross, but that's the reality of the situation, especially after holidays. And when I clean my refrigerator, I will also be cleaning the top of the refrigerator and the baskets that I keep up there. So that's kind of a big task for me in a day. Also, I'm going to be focusing on my pantry and stockpile in one day. I kind of feel like I should have broken this up into 2 days, but I didn't, and I'm just gonna roll with it. But my pantry and my stockpile is something that I like to go through at least every 6 months to make sure that I'm not letting food expire. I do like to make sure that we're going through everything in a timely manner, that I'm not going to be left with, you know, 50 pounds of dried beans that are going to expire or something, you know, something like that. So this will also help me go into my no spend month because I will know exactly what I have in my pantry and my stockpile before I go into it, so there's no surprises. Now, I will also be tackling the table and chairs. This is something that I probably only do once a year. I'll sometimes like clean the bottom of the chair because we have a large dog. There's a lot of hair in my home from him. But this is something that I really need to focus on and set time aside for because I don't know the last time I cleaned the legs of my table, you know? So this is something, it won't take me long. It's just I never set time aside to do it. I always just, you know, wipe the top of the table and you know, go on with my day. So this is something that definitely needs to be done. The downstairs bathroom. Again, these are things that are cleaned regularly, but they're not like deep cleaned regularly. So the downstairs bathroom is the guest bathroom, and that's the bathroom that everybody uses pretty much. You know, if I have a guest in my home, if I have company, that's the bathroom that they're going to see. That's the bathroom that they're going to use. And it is usually probably the cleanest bathroom in my home, but I really want to go through everything in the cabinets. I want to wipe down all the walls. I mean, I'm going for it, guys. I'm going for it. The entire bathroom from the ceiling to the floor is my focus when I tackle that. My coat closet and entryway is another task, and this one I'm not looking forward to either. And that is only because my coat closet is a mess. It does hold a lot of overflow items that we have that just need to be gone through. But once it's done, I know I'm going to be so happy with it being completed. The couch, I just need a new couch, guys. My couch is just gross. It's broken. There's holes all over it. It's a mess. It's dirty. You know, it's just bad. But I didn't want to replace my couch until we trained my dog to stay off of it, and then we never did that. So now my dog's 3 years old and he sleeps on the couch. So I'm just kind of like, I'm going to just like refresh it, you know, clean the cushions, clean inside of it, wash what I can, you know, steam the couch basically to try and make it look as good as new. The next one is fireplaces and fans. Okay, I have 2 fireplaces in my home, but one of them is like one of those like electric ones that you just plug in. So that one's just really simple. So that's why I added the fans to this day as well, because I do not know the last time I cleaned the fan like in my loft. The bedroom fans get tackled pretty much by whoever lives in the bedroom, you know, so my kids do clean their fans, but like the fan in the loft, the fan in the dining room, I feel like we ignore that a lot of the time. So I really want to dust that, like wet dust it as well, you know, using a wet rag and everything, and just really cleaning it up. Another thing I want to do is the window tracks and windows. Now, my windows do get cleaned probably weekly, but one of the areas with the windows that we ignore are the tracks. And I was filming the other day, I think it was one of my Christmas videos, and I think I was like decorating for Christmas, and I looked at the window track and it was like a fly cemetery. I don't know when the last time I cleaned the tracks of my windows. It was probably last January, so it's probably been a year. So that is definitely something that I need to clean because it was just gross. But I mean, it's one of those things that just get overlooked. You know, when you get too busy, the last thing you're going to do is, you know, clean the tracks of your window. You know, you got to sleep sometime. Another thing is the walls downstairs. So I did break this up into one day because, I mean, the downstairs to my home isn't large. It's actually, you know, pretty snug and cozy. But the walls get pretty bad again because of my dog. It used to be because of little hands touching the walls, but my kids are older now and that's not really a concern anymore. But my dog, he's always kicking the walls or something, you know, it's just, you could see like an entire line across the wall from the height of the dog. So this is definitely something that I need to do. Honestly, I should probably just repaint, but you know, we're just going to start with cleaning the walls. Another thing is baseboards. This task I do not like at all. This is something that I will ignore for a year just because I do not like cleaning baseboards. So this is something that I'm going to be tackling just to get it done and out of the way, get a nice refresh on it. This, guys, is something that I never do. It is usually only done like once a year, and that is my curtains. So the curtains in my house never get cleaned regularly. I know. There's probably somebody out there like, that's gross. Yeah, probably. It probably is. But we use like these really thick, like blackout curtains, and they don't really look very dirty when I look at them, but I know they haven't been cleaned in like a year. So this is definitely something that I need to do. And I will just take one day and spend the day taking down all the curtains and washing them and drying them. Because, you know, when you clean curtains, after you dry them or hang them to dry, you really want to make sure there's no wrinkles, you know, when you put them back up so they don't look too bad. So that is something that I do need to focus on because I'm the type that I'll leave something in the dryer for like 3 days, you know, and I'll just leave it there and everything's wrinkled. So this is something that I need to focus on, is the curtains in my home. The stairs and the railing is something else that I'm going to do. Again, this is something that gets tackled pretty regularly. It is a chore of my youngest daughter, but I'm just going to go through and, you know, make sure everything is really squeaky clean on here. But this one I'm not too concerned with because, you know, the stairs and the railing gets cleaned pretty regularly. The linen closet. Okay. The linen closet in my home is like this big. Okay, it's like half of a regular closet size. So it is an extremely frustrating storage space because it is not enough room for even all the linens that we own. So it could be really challenging to work with such a tiny space. And it is the only storage area that we have in our home other than the coat closet or regular closets in bedrooms. So there's no other storage space in my home. So all the linens and blankets that we have to try and fit in this tiny little linen closet. So it's just something that I need to keep up on and find a better way to organize it to keep it tidy, because right now it's a mess. It's a complete mess. The loft cabinets. So the loft is where my library is. I have a really large library on one of my walls in my loft. I mean, well over 1,000 books, guys. I love to read. I'm a homeschooling mom. So underneath the shelves of the books, there's some cabinets, and the cabinets have become, oops, sorry, dog hair. The cabinets have become this area in my home where I'm just starting to shove things, and I don't like when I get in that mood. It really makes everything, you know, frustrating. Anytime I try and find anything, I have to try and remember what cabinet that it's in. You know, when I open the cabinet, things fall out. Usually I keep up on these. Every couple of months I'll go through it, but it's been a while. It's been a while since I cleaned out the cabinets in the loft. And it's usually like homeschool storage, but over the last probably 2 months, it has turned into like that dumping ground where I'm just shoving things to hide them away and just close the drawer or the door. Well, I really need to change that, and I need to go through those cabinets. And I do feel like there's a lot in there that I can get rid of now. You know, my kids, like I was saying earlier, they're older now. You know, I have a daughter that's 11. She's in 6th grade. I have a daughter that's almost 15. She is a freshman in high school. There's a lot of things in there that I no longer need to have for our homeschool that I could probably just donate. So I really need to take the time and do that. And on top of the loft cabinets, the books. So the books need to be gone through as well. Last year, I think I pulled out like 200 books out of my library that I was able to donate. That's a large donation when it comes to books. But this is one of the hardest things for me to complete because I love to read, and I love books just in general. You know, I love the look of books on a shelf. Again, we homeschool, so I'm using books all the time. So books are extremely challenging for me to declutter, but I'm trying to go into this task thinking about whether or not we are really going to be picking up that book again. Did we enjoy it? Is it something that's just on my shelf because we have it, you know? So that is kind of how I'm going to be tackling that one, but I could already tell you guys that's going to be a challenging one for me because I do not like to get rid of books. I'm always thinking, oh, well, one day we might need that again. That's like my downfall. I always think that every book is something that I need to keep, and that's really not the reality, but you know, I'll get there. I'll get there. Okay, another thing that I'm going to be tackling is what we call the bird bathroom. Now, the bird bathroom is my kids' bathroom upstairs. It's called the bird bathroom because the shower curtain in there has a whole bunch of birds on it. But that bathroom, again, that is something that is usually kept up on, but I really want to go through all of the cabinets and make sure that we're not, you know, having empty containers. My family is famous for leaving empty containers everywhere. Like, just throw the container away. Okay, just throw it away, you know? But they're really notorious for that. And last year, I think I found like 3 or 4 empty bubble bath bottles underneath the cabinet. So this is just something that I need to go through and clear out. But my kids typically clean their own bathroom, so it shouldn't be too bad. Okay, another thing that I'm going to be tackling is Bella's room and her clothes. Now, Bella's my 15-year-old, or almost 15-year-old. She's got about 2 weeks, but this is something she usually tackles on her own. I'm just pretty much there for like moral support. So she'll usually do this on her own. She's actually already started this. She actually came out of her room with like this big, you know, huge stack of clothes that she needed to donate because they were too small. So she's already started this task, but it is something I keep on my list just in case she needs a little bit of help. I could set aside time to really go through and tackle this with her. The next task is Lydia's room. That is my 11-year-old. Okay, this is something that I need to tackle with her. Lydia likes to hang on to a lot of things, and I'm okay with that. I do not force my kids to get rid of anything that they feel that they, use, or that they enjoy. I don't really do that, but I do like to point out to Lydia when we're doing something like this, when was the last time you played with that? Is this something you're really going to miss? Yeah, those pants have 500 holes in them. Maybe we should just go ahead and get rid of them now. Things like that. So I just kind of like to work alongside with Lydia when we do her room because sometimes she doesn't like to get rid of things. It's just kind of challenging for her. It's kind of like books for me. So this is something that I will be working on side by side with her. And usually when we tackle her room, it takes the entire day. Like we will start at like 11 a.m. and won't be done until like 8 p.m. It takes all day. But again, we clean the baseboards, we clean the fan, we clean the walls, we clean everything. I mean, we wipe out the inside of drawers. Everything gets cleaned when we tackle their room. So it is a project, it is a big project. Okay, now this is one that I actually added to my list this year that is kind of new for me, and that is turning my mattresses. So one day I'm going to focus on just turning the mattresses in the bedrooms because it's something that we always forget about. And my husband and I, we had purchased a new mattress a couple of years ago. It was like this big old fancy mattress that my husband was like in love with because it had like that, cooling mattress, sensation or whatever. And he always runs hot, he always runs warm. So he really, really loved this mattress. And I just want to make sure that we're taking care of it properly, So I do regularly clean it, but I don't regularly turn it. So this is something that I will probably have to tackle with my husband though, because I don't think I'll be able to turn this, 5 million pound mattress by myself, but I know I could do the girls' mattresses and they can help me because they're smaller, but this is something I always ignore, and so I added it to the list. Okay, next up is my bedroom. Now, my bedroom has always been a source of stress for me, and I really want to turn it into an area of relaxation and calming for me. I want to redecorate it soon, but every time I go to redecorate my room, like some kind of appliance breaks or something, so it always gets put on the back burner. This year, I'm really trying to make it my goal to like redecorate my bedroom, repaint it, get new furniture for it. And I really want an area that can be, you know, stress-free for me, somewhere I can relax. You know, I don't want it to be a dumping ground for everybody's, you know, things that they don't want in their room, you know, and that's kind of what my room kind of turned into. Okay, what else? Oh, we're almost done. Only a few more. So another is the master bathroom. So that's my bathroom. My bathroom's really not that dirty, but I have noticed the last few times that I was in there that the like shower lining in there needs to be redone. I need to kind of clean some of the areas of the wall. I really want to go through the cabinets in there just to make sure that I'm not hanging on to like expired makeup or, you know, hair products or anything like that. So although it's not like super dirty, it's just an area that I didn't go through all of the things I have in a long time. So that's why it's on here. My closet, including my clothes. So today I'm going to be tackling my clothes. Later today, I'm going to be cleaning out my closet. I don't know if I'm going to film that, but I will film me going through my clothes because it's such a simple task. And it's something that I feel that will just clear out space for some of the new items I got from Christmas. So I really need to do that. And I'm the type that I will keep clothes that have holes in them. I would know I was just talking about my daughter doing that, but I am like that as well. I will keep clothes that have holes in them that are really worn. And sometimes I'll even keep clothes that I haven't worn in like years. So I really want to take the time and pull some of these clothes out of here that I know I'm not going to use or want or that are just in really bad condition. So that is something I'm going to tackle today. And then this is one of the ones that is a little bit harder for me, and that is the emails, cleaning up my emails and my filing cabinet. Yes, I still keep a filing cabinet. It is a complete mess, my filing cabinet. You would think that it would be organized, you know, because of, you know, the files and the system and all that. No, it's not. I started throwing just papers on top instead of filing them. And we all just kind of started dumping things, you know, random areas. So this is my way to kind of correct that. Now another area is going to be the doors and the light switches. So I'll just go around wiping down all the doors, cleaning up all the light switches in the home. This task really doesn't take that long. Although it seems really daunting and like it would take forever because of all of the doors, you know, front and back. I usually will have my kids help me with this task because they usually will clean their own doors to their bedrooms and to their bathroom and things like that. So I really only have to tackle mine and like the stuff downstairs. So it's not that hard when the kids are involved. And then the last thing I have on my list that I want to get done in January is the homeschool cabinet and junk drawer. Now, the homeschool cabinet that we have is like an antique cabinet that we just received only a few months ago. And it is a beautiful cabinet. And really trying to make it work for our homeschool is challenging. So sometimes it looks really cluttery, and it is in my dining room. You know, we usually homeschool downstairs at the dining room table. So having an area where I could put homeschool supplies is really important, but I still haven't really mastered how to organize this cabinet yet. So that is something I really want to focus on, is just clearing it out, you know, cleaning it up, wiping it down, and seeing how I could kind of manipulate this cabinet to work for me for our homeschool downstairs. So those are the 30 tasks that I have set for myself for the month of January. Sometimes it does take me a couple of extra days just to get things done. But I will complete the challenge. I know I will, because every year that I do something like this, it just gets me in such a good mood because it just gets my house back in order. It makes me feel good. So I know I will complete this challenge. It's just sometimes it takes me a couple extra days. But let's go ahead and start that first challenge, and that is clearing out my clothes. Another reason I like to do a 30-day cleaning challenge in January is that we're still on winter break the first, few weeks of the month. So it really gives me the opportunity to pretty much focus on the more challenging and time-consuming tasks without it interfering with our homeschool. Because if I have to choose between cleaning and homeschooling, I'm going to choose homeschooling every time. Look at this gem, you guys. I absolutely love this Powerline World Tour sweatshirt that I have. My oldest daughter has one as well. We still watch this movie all the time, and I am still waiting for Powerline's, album to drop. I mean, it's been almost 30 years, guys. I'm pretty sure. Another thing that I like to do is I like to put some kind of bin or basket inside of my loft and just tell my family this bin is for donations. If you have anything you'd like to add to this bin, go ahead, just so that they're on board with this as well. I mean, my kids are older. They're able to tell me if they want to keep something or not. So having like a designated area for them to put their donations is really helpful. But this is what I was able to get rid of. It's a lot more than what I was expecting, and I was really happy with the outcome. And also here's a pile of what my husband was able to get rid of when he got home from work. He went through his clothes just so that I could check this off my list. And let me know down below, are you going to be doing any kind of cleaning challenge or pantry challenge in, the months of January and February? It's just, these are my go-to months. It's just, I feel like it refreshes me for the rest of the year. Okay, so that is it for today. I hope that this has inspired you or motivated you to go ahead and tackle something that you haven't tackled in your home in a long time. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comment section. Thank you so much for stopping by. You have a great day. Bye.